Have you ever wondered what's behind women's intuition? Now, I think this is very important from a communication standpoint. I don't necessarily like the way that we got here because women have been a socially subordinate group, and this power down position has forced women to acquire certain nonverbal and verbal skills. So historically, you can see this kind of adaptation in other societies and cultures as well as the United States. So women have learned to become reliant on nonverbal behavior, both sending and receiving. We're very good at interpreting and understanding the nonverbal environment. We pay more attention to the moods, likes, dislikes, emotions, the reactions of other people, usually the dominant group, usually men, and it's sort of a survival instinct. Hence the concept women's intuition. So you'll have a man and a woman walk out of a staff meeting. He will say to her, "Well, how do you think that meeting went?" And she'll say, "There was a lot going on in there." He looks perplexed. "What are you talking about?" And she'll begin to share her observations. Well, I'll tell you right now, these two are in a coalition. You're never going to get the proposal through because I'll tell you right now, Sam doesn't like it. How do you know all that? She was reading the nonverbal environment. She was paying attention. Men don't pay attention to nonverbal cues like women. So the ability to decode nonverbal cues is ultimately valuable and essential for good, effective communication. So women have to ask themselves, how can I use these skills? Rosenthal at Harvard developed a test called PONS, Profile of Nonverbal Sensitivity. He found that women are superior readers of nonverbal cues compared to men. Daniel Goleman calls it the politics of empathy in his book, Working with Emotional Intelligence. Those who are in the power down position, who have little power, have the expectation that they will sense the feelings of those who hold the power. So they'll be paying attention to how the person is behaving so they know how to respond and react. I think that although our history and how we got to have these skills may not be very desirable, we can use these skills to our advantage. So the ability to read nonverbal cues, very important. It figures big into the communication process. And we know, for example, when women communicate, we tend to prefer to communicate face to face. Why? So we can see the person's facial expressions. This is the major source of nonverbal data. And nonverbal communication is not only as important as verbal, some people believe it's more important than verbal communication. For example, we know if the verbal and the nonverbal contradict, what do we go with? So look at my face. If you say, "Audrey, how do you think I handled that?" And I respond, yeah, you did well. Well, the words were, yeah, you did well, but the nonverbals and my vocal cues, which are also a part of nonverbal, relayed an entirely different message. So this woman's intuition can serve us well. We can get a lot of information from the environment that maybe others don't have. That is woman's intuition.